today I am going to be reacting to Llama Arts, a YouTube channel called Llama Arts. So yeah, please subscribe to him and click his bell icon. Click mine too. And yeah, he makes ghost and horror stories, which some are true, some are not. So yeah, the one we're going to be watching is, which one is it? Which one is it? Okay, let me find it. Oh yeah, this one. True Pizza Delivery Horror Stories. So yeah, let's click on it and watch it. So this is going to be the only one we're watching. So yeah, put my fidget cube. Let's watch this.
I was out doing a delivery one late night.
Okay.
It was probably the longest drive I have ever taken for a pizza delivery.
Alright, pizza.
From the pizza place I worked at, it was a 20-minute drive, which isn't too crazy
Mario's
out where
pizza.
I live. Plus, they ordered 4 large pies.
Mario? You mean this Mario? Okay. So it's gonna be Mario Pizza. Mario Pizza. Okay.
So, I figured it was a party, and I would get a much bigger tip. Navigating the dirt roads at night was always annoying, though.
Come on, man. Why are you
I pulled up to the given address. It was some old, sketchy-looking building, literally in the middle of a forest clearing.
Oh my
There were no cars parked anywhere, or any lights on. I put my car in park and called my boss. I asked him to reread the address at least 3 times to make sure I typed it in right, but that checked out. I could tell he was in a really bitchy mood, and he told me to at least knock on the door and check it out.
Yeah, at least knock.
He would normally get mad if we took back 1 pie, but I was afraid of what he would do.
This is a pizza shop. This is a pizza shop. And then you said pie. What? Listen to it again. He said pie.
I could tell he was in a really bitchy mood, and he told me to at least knock on the door and check it out. He would normally get mad if we took back 1 pie, but I was afraid of what he would do if I brought back 4.
He said pie.
I was insanely unnerved, but got out anyway and forced myself to the front door of the building. There was no doorbell, so I just knocked really hard.
Oh no.
I heard nothing and didn't really expect to hear anything. I was extremely disappointed, not because nobody answered the door, but because I was realizing that it was all a waste of time and gas.
Yep, it is.
I knocked 1 more time out of desperation, and then began to hear some kind of rustling noises from inside of the building.
Yeah. Oh.
I knocked again and yelled that I was the pizza guy. There was silence now. I felt a bit more uncomfortable now than before. But before I could turn around, I noticed something at the window.
Oh no.
There was someone looking through the window. I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman.
That is creepy.
All I noticed were their eyes. Their eyes were open wider than I knew possible, staring intently at me.
Oh my God, that's scary.
I was disturbed enough by this and dropped the pizzas and ran back to my car. The shitty thing wouldn't start until turning the key for the 3rd time.
What?
I drove off the grass and back onto the dirt road.
There's the guy.
But I felt the car rocking about, shaking and bumping. Something wasn't right. I didn't make it far from the building before I started hearing a sharp scraping sound coming from outside.
What is
There was so much resistance that I couldn't even drive.
Come on, man.
The car came to a stop. I got out of the car to check what the hell was wrong. A chill ran up my spine as I began to feel like my heart was constantly skipping beats.
Yep.
My tires had been slashed and had completely fallen off the rim.
No.
Not just the front, though. All 4 tires were slashed.
Oh my God.
I realized somebody did this when I was knocking on the door to that building. Instead of running, I got back in the car and locked the doors. I was so close to that building, I could practically see it from where I was, if it weren't for the trees blocking the view. I dialed 911 and explained everything
Okay,
to the
good.
operator.
This guy is
She told me the cops would be
smart
over
to
as soon
call
as possible
911.
and that I need to stay hidden. I asked her if it was advisable to stay in the car or run, and she told me it would be best to stay in the car with the door locked. She asked me to stay on the line with her until the cops arrived. My whole body was shaking. In all directions, there was nothing but dark, seemingly endless forest. I knew it would take forever for the cops to get there. I was not comfortable with sitting in that car so close to whoever did this. The next part, though, is what utterly destroyed me. It still shakes me to this day, and I hope nobody ever has to experience this kind of fear. As I was scanning all the windows, making sure nobody was outside, I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was the same person. The same person I saw at that window. Eyes open wider than ever. I could see now that it was a woman, and I could ever so slightly see a smile begin to spread across her face.
No, please no.
I opened my door and full-on sprinted into the woods, not caring how much noise I made. I ran until I was out of breath, which didn't take long, and I hid behind a giant log on the ground. I tried to cover my loud breathing with my hand as I waited and waited for what felt like hours until I finally heard sirens in the distance.
Police, that's the police. Run
I
back to your
gathered up all the
car.
stamina I had left to run all the way back in the direction of
run,
the dirt
run
road.
as fast as you can.
Eventually, the glowing red and blue lights
Yes,
came into
that's the
view,
police, definitely.
and I had never felt better in my life. They were parked in front of my car, investigating with flashlights. I came out yelling at them like a lunatic to help me. I fell to the floor and started to gag, almost throwing up from running so much. They picked me up and began to question me, to which I explained everything to the best of my ability. One of the two cars drove over to the building, and the two officers began to search the building. They came back with nothing except for a couple of spiky objects. These objects were exactly the same as the ones used to slash my tires. The cops guessed that it was some kind of sick, demented couple, being that I saw the woman, but unfortunately they were never found, and that still kills me to this day. I obviously quit my job right after that and started working at a local grocery store. I know that I'll never forget seeing that woman at the back of my car.
So yeah guys, this is it. So yeah, that was a really scary video. So yeah, and one thing that is even scarier, that it's true. See, true. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed my video. Hope you enjoyed the video. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. So yeah, press the subscribe button, press the like button, and click that bell icon. So yeah, bye.